Hey, word.
Sorry about that, folks. My computer's been acting up along with my internet. Robin G, good to see you, hon. Margot, 12B Georgia, brother. PDX Scout, how you doing, brother? Who else do we got in our chat here?
We got.
Oh yeah, Gray Area was in there earlier. I sent him a link. I'm your Huckleberry. Good to see you.
Hopefully, Gray Area will jump in.
I've got to go because my buddy Dangerous is doing a live chat. I just got a message. Oh wait, that's where I'm at.
I know it's kind of weird, huh?
There's Robin. I see Robin G.
Oh, you know what though? It looks like we got some people that went to some protests today. PDX is saying they almost got trampled by Antifa.
Wow.
Hey, Margo. Hey, Robin.
What's up, Brastard?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
See if I can. I'm gonna try and pull up the YouTube. Hold on, you might hear some. No, never mind. I'll do this.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm good. How about everybody in the room?
I'll tell you what, I had a great day at the market today. They had ground chicken, ground pork, ground beef. I've never seen such a selection.
Sorry about that. I just
thank God the prices weren't what some people in California and I think even Arizona are paying. I think the pork was like $2.99 a pound. The beef was like $3.39 a pound.
What?
And I think the chicken was the same, like $2.99 a pound or something.
I paid $7.99 a pound for beef where I'm at.
$7.99.
Just regular old hamburger meat.
Man, there's cows everywhere too. That's what I don't understand.
No. Were you paying for like a roast, or were you paying for just ground burger, ground?
No, no, they were for like stew. You know, the stew meat.
Okay.
Because they were big chunks, and I made shish kebabs tonight.
Yeah, that's usually about $6 or $7 a pound here, though. That's pretty normal around here, at least.
Yeah.
Out here, it cost me $15 to buy the 2 pounds, 15, so almost 16, and normally I can get that same package for $7, $8 maybe.
Oh, I'm jealous now. That's one pound's $8 for what you're talking about, like cube steak or any of the fancy cuts or whatever. I mean, like our T-bone steaks and stuff like that are $4 or $5 a pound, but hamburger, they're giving that stuff away sometimes. 2 pounds for $5 or a 3 pound thing for $12 sometimes.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. It basically cost me $51 to make shish kebabs. I was like, man, this is crazy. These things better be good. I better cook them right.
Inflation right before your eyes.
I told you it was going to get bad. Just wait till let's just see what it's like in the next year.
I don't know if I can make it another year locked in the house.
I guess maybe I dread it a little bit. What could happen to our country if we do not get a hold of the things quickly? And I'm not talking about the government getting a hold of things because they want fucking tyranny. We want freedom. We are going to have to make sure that we get the reins on this thing because it is still our country.
Well, they're going to use the violence of these riots to probably impress some kind of a police state on us.
Well, I'm still watching day 2 of the race riots in a few parts. thankfully far enough away from me.
What are you seeing, Gray?
People getting killed, people folded in half, all sorts of shit. People burned.
What?
Jesus,
People
where
burn.
is this at? This down in California?
Yep.
What areas?
San Diego, Santee, North County.
When you say people burn, you mean set on fire with an accelerant and a flame?
Yeah.
Where are you finding these streams at? Are they on YouTube or?
That is.
Oh no, I'm
fucking
getting live
insane.
video from my closed network. My people.
Interesting.
We got people all over the place watching this.
You know what? You'll have to shoot that link to us afterwards, Greg. I think you have most of our emails already. I would be
Gray,
interested.
do you have my email, Gray?
No.
I'll type it here.
I'll get it to him. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, they got a bunch of shit that don't fit their narrative, ain't making the normal news, but is making our intelligence circles.
Well, yeah,
That and there's some other weird shit going on up in San Jose, which is like Central California, where they got a group of not our CSM guys, but some other militia guys got fingered. They got doxxed online, and now they got these strange chalk marks outside of their houses on the curbs with an arrow pointing to the house and "cha cha cha" written.
what the Come on, bring it.
But cha 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 is coinciding with some weird radio chatter we're hearing from the National Guard.
Huh.
So, are you thinking the National Guard is going to be targeting militia?
Quite possibly. Funny thing is, the boys in Georgia told me about this and asked me to figure out what's going on in my own backyard. So yeah, there's people help that.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you have a guess as to what the purpose of that would be? Just because they can, or
it would be
is their biggest concern right now the militia stopping the riots, and they don't want that to happen?
Yeah,
or, I mean,
they can't have anybody damaging their useful idiot property. I guess they're worried that their useful idiot property couldn't be replaced.
Yeah. Useless idiots, maybe. Well, not totally useless.
Well, the 12 Bravo guys are more specialty than 11 Bravo guys, so we'll see.
Oh, you know what, PDX, you were right there in it earlier. Yeah, you know what? Hold on, I'll drop you a link, bro.
what?
Man,
What would that look like? What would they charge in and round up all these militia members without a fight, without a
doubtful
struggle, without a news broadcast?
I think they're just figuring out who they're going to keep an eye on, or who they're going to set up, one or the other.
Yeah, no doubt, Dan. That's a good one. In fact,
I'm just glad I'm in an area it'd be hard to do anything with me. I've got eyes everywhere.
that's a good point that Uncle Dan just made. Equal opportunity enslaver.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Scout.
Hey, what's going on, PDX?
You like my apparel?
I love it.
yeah.
Oh, Patriot.
Loving it.
Very nice. Yeah, I like Joey.
Yeah, I almost got killed at the Capitol steps today.
Oh, what? You
Please
must
tell
tell us.
more.
You got to
What
tell us
was
what
it?
happened. Yeah.
Well, I got a lot of what was going on video, but when we were almost getting attacked, the cops came in. Oh, one sec. Dang it. Sorry about that. But we were almost getting attacked. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, we got
dang
you.
it. It's like low now. Anyways, I'm going to go on. We were standing around. We were at the Capitol steps. They had their congregation or whatever, their BLM, bullcrap, whatever. But we had an event there. We had a Patriot event. and they were there. It's like they took it over, and then I talked to one of the cops. Apparently, they scheduled it 2 weeks prior, which is kind of a weird coincidence. And I honestly think it's just bull crap, and I think they were there to just disrupt what we were trying to do.
Coincidence. That sounds like
Because
code
we were
for
trying to get
Tom
signatures
Fuckery.
to recall the governor.
Doesn't sound surprising.
Yeah. 1 second, my audio is like.
Holy crap. Oh, Lori Ann. Wow. Hey,
There we go.
You were watching it. You know, hey, Lori, you know what?
Man,
No, we got the Parking House.
Well, who would have ever thought we'd be in the middle of the greatest riot of 2020?
I
and
know, right?
Not one single building in Detroit has
Right.
burned.
All right,
Crazy.
Lori Ann, I just made you a moderator. So if you have that link, can you drop it in here? I want to go check that out. If it's not taken down yet, I don't know.
Oh my
something
God.
graphic stuff. I mean, I'm not going to show it on the stream. I'll go watch it privately. But hey, Effie, how you doing, hon?
Effie.
FB.
Dude, there's so many freaking messed up crap that happened in Portland.
What happened in
Like
Portland?
that. There was a guy who had a flag, and he was literally just standing by himself, really not even doing anything. And then Antifa freaking comes up and tries to take away his flag, and then kicks him while he's down.
He didn't let the flag go though.
No, he didn't.
Nope. I saw that video too. Man, that was one tough man. They were kicking him hard too. Looked like it.
He
Then
lost teeth. He
then
literally
again-
lost teeth.
If you spend most of your time in a basement, I mean, how strong can you really get?
Yeah, they don't let me go to protests. They already know I can break people in half.
Fold
Yeah.
them in half, as you would say.
Mhm.
I'll fold you in half.
I'll fluff and fold your ass.
So,
Well, BLM was in my town
hey, Jeff.
as well, like in Troutdale. There was about like 200 of them. I got a couple of militiamen that I can call though. You know that I've been going to these rallies, been meeting up with some people, and he's like, hey, if you need any backup or anything, and Antifa or BLM is in your town, just let me know, and things get out of hand.
I think we were just talking about that earlier once the police stop showing up for work or for special duty and they're on minimum time and they're not really trying to pull people over and all this other crazy shit because it's nothing but trouble for them.
Yeah.
We're going to be the sheriffs of our own blocks, you know?
Well, it's gonna be the-
I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't think this Saturday would come.
Really?
It is.
I mean, it's just how crazy things are getting, you know?
Yeah. That's why I ordered a new shotgun.
Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody in this chat tonight has seen at least these levels of craziness in their lifetimes. I mean, this is nothing so over the top that it's unbelievable. And
Well, it's not unbelievable to me because, at the time when Trump got elected and Antifa started burning all the shit down in California, I was witnessing that. So these level riots or the fact that it's escalated to this point doesn't surprise me. I just got my feet wet in that instance. That was it.
Good to see you, brother.
I would dare to say everybody in here has seen rioting and stuff this bad before in their life. I mean,
Well, yeah.
I've seen worse actually in certain
like literally,
circumstances.
like I haven't seen it personally, but I see it on the news because that's what they push. Oh man, everything's getting crazy. You're all gonna die. Don't buy guns though, and we're gonna take away the cops too. So you're gonna be left with baseball bats and steel pipes.
Sharp sticks.
Did you guys see what they did in Minneapolis?
No.
Dude, that whole town is gone.
Where
Oh,
in
yeah,
Minneapolis?
Oh yeah, Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, yeah.
Yeah,
They burn it to the ground.
It's nothing but wreckage. It
seen
literally looks very apocalyptic.
And I've heard that there's quite a few of the stores there said, we're not going to rebuild there. I mean, screw
Why
it.
would they?
Why rebuild if they're just going to do it again in the next few weeks?
I wouldn't rebuild. I wouldn't bother.
Lone Star. Good to
Well, I
see
think
you.
that there's a lot of grocery stores and a lot of like the Targets and businesses and the larger businesses that were burned and looted are not going to be rebuilding. They're closed indefinitely.
Yeah, and they're adding stores from what I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate my info is, but I mean, like, honestly, if I was a big company like that and I didn't necessarily make my biggest revenue from that state, I'd be like, well, you know what? We don't have to keep a store here or here or here or here.
Well,
We'll move our stores out of the danger path. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think it's that they don't make money at those stores, Ron. I think the fact of the matter is, with logistics and delivery going on the way it's going on in the country now, and the pretty much ready access to an internet connection for even people with Obama phones, why do they need a store there? If you want your shit, we'll bring it in on a truck. If you guys ain't shooting, we'll drop that shit off near your porch. Done deal. Why do they need a store?
Well,
Especially in
not
our
only that,
country.
they wouldn't even have to sell the building. They just have it burn down the riots and then make an insurance claim and make money that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then sell
And
it.
then close it indefinitely. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe buy some bulldozers to come in and clear it, and then haul that shit off, and then sell it at a profit.
Typically,
Well, I heard like 45 people, like
it's
45
cheap to
officers
burn your
retired.
place down. I mean, it doesn't cost you nothing to pay an arson these days.
Here's how I feel
Yeah.
about their whole stupid ass movement. Like, one instance, one little event really is going to like do this. This is how I feel. They're demanding respect, but respect is earned. It is not given.
Yep, absolutely.
When you try to take respect from me, you'll probably get slapped.
What's going on, Grandpa? Good to see you.
And they're
Well,
they're
and that's-
destroying so many memorials, dude.
Yeah, they're destroying Washington, D.C. and all of the memorials.
It really annoys me when people
Just
talk.
Sparky, let it burn.
That's all he's been saying all night. Just let it burn.
Gonna watch it burn. You know what though? The last
It's a
when I
done
watched
deal. They
Sparky's
burnt it.
when I watched Sparky's stream on Wednesday, he was the most black pilled I've ever seen him.
It passes.
I think Sparky's black pilled. That's what I think.
What?
Yeah, I mean they've burnt it down. It'll be just like Detroit in so many areas. I don't know if any of you guys know this, lady. We have farms in the middle of fucking Detroit. Like farms.
Yeah.
Like a farm. like a half a mile long and a quarter mile wide. Just a farm right in the middle of Detroit. So that's what they're gonna do to these big cities, man. They're not gonna rebuild that shit. They're not gonna throw up another 10-acre building and complex and all this other shit for idiots to burn down. You want to go burn down the corn.
People that I know that are able to deer hunt in Detroit.
There really is a farm in Detroit.
There's several farms in Detroit and absolutely gray area. I know I have pictures of deer on my front lawn eating my grass that weren't even scared when I came out the house.
Yeah,
They
I've got
lifted their
my-
head up and went back down to eating.
That way that show me pictures sometimes because they stuck around when everybody left. So the only people left and where they're at is some old people and some like some artsy fartsy hippies that actually are pretty decent preppers.
Yeah, I mean we got a coyote den.
Deer don't stick around here.
We got a coyote den a mile from my house with 12, 13 coyotes in the pack or whatever.
It's a nice
Deer
little
don't stick around our houses.
Yeah, I make real quiet 22 Magnum.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ain't no deer sticking around our house, man, because they get shot.
Yeah.
They eat real good.
Well,
I think-
I found out with my 22 conversion on my rifle, I found out that when I adapted it for 22 Magnum, it actually shoots better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 22 mag definitely shoots better.
How does the rifle hold up with the upgrade you made, or I don't know exactly what you did to change it or convert it.
Well, I just took a 22 carrier conversion and I modified its design. I cloned it myself, but made it for 22 Winchester Magnum.
Huh.
So it shoots just fine out of a 5.56 rifle.
What's up, Jeff B?
Oh yeah. I've heard of that conversion, Gray.
Well, plus higher velocity shit just shoots better out of my 5.56 barrel. So I can run the regular 22 carrier with high velocity, and I can run 22 mag anti-flavor, and it doesn't seem to care.
Cool. And that would be convenient. All you gotta do is it's like installed with the magazine, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about convenient. Those 22 Magnum bullets cost a whole hell of a lot more than my 22 long rifle bullets do.
Oh yeah.
Not much more, but I like my 22 Magnums because I can make them myself. I can't make a long rifle myself.
Huh.
That is funny, Effie. Cure for common cough, looting. Seems to be getting the message out there though quite well, from what I've seen. You don't see cops social distancing. You don't see peaceful protesters really doing much distancing.
You just wait.
You
That's
sure
gonna,
don't.
you want to know what's going to be interesting? It's going to be interesting to see how many people end up coming down with the Rona after these protests.
I'm telling you, the 4th of July is going to be shut down. The 4th of July is going to be shut down, the like of which no one has ever seen after they start going on the news screaming about Corona spread.
They're trying to use all this shit as a tool to break the country's spirit, for lack of a better way to put it.
Yep.
Yeah, the way that they're protesting.
Demoralization, Soviet term.
Yeah.
The way that they're protesting,
days.
they're saying Black lives don't matter until they say all lives don't matter until Black lives matter. Like they're so oppressed. They have like so much money and they get away with the world, dude.
I gotta be honest with you. I think most men in this world, black or white, get about the shape they create for themselves. I understand where you're born, where you're this and that, but give me a fucking break, man. I was born in the suburbs and fucking schools where you put an apple on a teacher's desk and this and that or whatever, and I grew up with some of the biggest pieces of shit that ever walked the face of this earth, and I wouldn't let them in my house to save my life. And I've lived in the worst neighborhoods and met some of the nicest people.
Oh man,
yeah, it is kind of weird, but I don't know. I've made good people. I've met shit people anywhere I've gone, really. But as an adult, I don't know. I've mostly met decent folks in the middle class territories. The upper class territories, you can run into the snooters. But the snooters aren't no threat to nobody, really. And down in the dumps, it's kind of a 50-50. It's a mixed bag down there. Yeah.
Yeah, like around
But
here.
I'd go with those approximations for sure.
I live in a trailer park in Arizona, and I would bet probably about 25 to 30% of the people in this park are armed, and I know all my neighbors are. So.
Well, yeah, anywhere I've lived, I've always known my neighbors, even in places where people found it a little strange. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been afraid to walk down the street and talk to people.
No,
Some talk back, some look at me like I'm crazy, and
oh no!
next time I see them, I try a different language.
All lives matter.
People that aren't friendly, I end up at least on some sort of understanding level with them.
Patriot lives matter. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'm with you, PDX. All lives matter, dude. I don't care what they would classify me as, white, black, or whatever, but I would want them to think that my life mattered, dude.
We're all American in this country, and we're all one in Jesus Christ.
Well, the people may think like that all lives matter, but the government doesn't think like that. They only think their lives matter.
Well,
mean,
the
I
people
know.
that are pulling strings do not think that our lives matter. They look at us like we're cattle.
Well, that's all we are.
Yeah, you gotta look. They created this whole thing.
This is just their ant farm. They've just been pushing the ants where they think the ants will fight the best, and they're hoping to rig the contest against the ants that can actually fight and have teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this calf got off the farm a while ago, and I've been running the opposite way. I don't have
Well, I
any.
can tell you one thing.
I don't have any
You can-
debt to pay, so to speak.
You
Bills
can
are paid.
end an ant colony by putting poison on a couple of the ants. I'm just saying.
What guns matter?
Well,
I'm just
pay
saying,
for
man.
3% of that. That's one of the things I always wonder about. Can we really do that? I mean,
Well,
how many people have stepped up and tried to do something to be standing there by themselves in the end?
Yeah,
The only one willing to
to stand.
actually physically try to make that change. I mean, it's great that we all come on here and talk and profess.
I
And,
agree.
but how many of us, you know, stand up and say, all right, this is the guy we're putting in, this guy right here. Let's go. We're all gonna go. We're gonna go to where he says, meet him up there, do this, go talk to them, figure this out. How can these people we say are so fucking stupid, Antifa and all these other idiots, do the work to get their people elected into these offices?
well, because they got the
And-
game rigged in their favor in many
Yeah.
ways.
Well, I mean,
They're-
that's what everybody keeps saying. But if we know what the problem is,
Well, it's
then
not very easy to
either
rig
it's an unsolvable problem no one's willing to take on and do,
Well,
which is
I
fine.
mean, did you all get to see
Well,
it?
see, they don't have to dispose of anybody in order to do it.
Video that
Here,
came out
the way
earlier.
it works is if people
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that Project Veritas.
Yeah. So I mean, they already basically showed us, or I mean, got inside on how they're training these people, and they're not going out just willy nilly. They're
Yeah.
organized.
They-
Are actually being
Well,
trained.
that's what I keep asking the question, and I think Gray Area was trying to answer it. How
Yeah.
do we have all this fucking intel, know everything they're doing to us, exactly how they're doing it, and all of
I
us are
have the
just sitting here like that shit ain't fair.
Answer.
Those motherfuckers are rich. They ain't this. That,
Can't
Nobody's
They're-
doing anything about it. That's also, you know,
It's
Pull 'em
it's a
up on
psychological war. Like the government has our hand twisted, and because
You have
the
to
law
do
is
it.
not in our favor, and they're obviously
Only way
planned.
to do it.
But they drop off bricks and stuff for the protesters, and
who do you think is
they're
doing that?
literally getting paid by the hour to be there.
Who do you
out to
think?
protest.
Who do you think is dropping
So it's
off
not
the
even
bricks?
a protest.
I agree with
protesters.
all those things.
That'll-
But what I keep coming back to is, okay, so we know everything they are doing, and we're just sitting here saying it's not fair.
Who is dropping off the bricks for the protesters?
Well, plus I don't always sit here streaming. I'm quite busy.
George Soros probably funded that.
I can't
Antifa.
imagine. Now I did
Antifa.
think,
Yeah, but
Probably
they would have needed to have access to major van lines and transportation, 18-wheelers, in order to be able to load that
Not
shit
really. I
and
mean,
drop
you
them off.
can do it with an
I
F6.
don't know.
You can do it with a fucking F550.
I do have a contact in Portland that's keeping an eye on that type of thing.
well, I have personally
700 works nice too.
spoken to a person who saw piles of bricks in an area, stopped and looked at the pile of bricks, and they were definitely for a construction project that was going on in that area. Now, if you want to believe they set up that construction project just for the riot and dug out the dirt and everything and prepped it for that particular stack of bricks, I don't know if that's true. About all the other stacks of bricks, I can't speak on. It seems
Yeah, 'cause
awfully
some are
strange
like-
that they would be doing that much brick paving work
Yeah.
on the
Some are
1st of
very
July.
strategically placed. You could tell, like why would some of the bricks be like out in the middle of two-way road. And there's no reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw, you know, them showing some pictures of bricks sitting in the street. I mean, just from news broadcasts and clips from people on YouTube. But like I said, the person I actually spoke to that was like, holy shit, I'm driving down a two-way road and there's fucking bricks stacked up on it. Stopped and got out and looked and surveyed, and in his opinion, they were truly doing construction work with those actual bricks in that area, in that specific location. So
Okay.
Shit, I know for a fact that most of the construction around here has been canceled since this bullshit has begun.
I wish they would have did it around here, man. They dug up my whole street out front, man. They're putting curbs, man, drain covers, new water main pipe down. And I mean, it's a residential street. And they've like destroyed this shit. They got dirt stacked up taller than houses. So they're doing construction in Detroit. I mean, they're going mad fucking crazy on construction. They're rebuilding our biggest freeway, I-75.
Mm.
And I mean, it's been a 2-year project, and they work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day on it. You can drive down the freeway any day, and they're out there working, big fucking tower lights set up and stuff.
Huh?
So construction hasn't been canceled for coronavirus in Michigan,
Really,
as far
I mean,
as I
if you want
know.
to figure out where some of this shit's coming from, it's usually public record. You're going to look for the BOA for any shipping on that. That's birth of landing for anybody who's involved in shipping.
So what I'm saying, yeah, and what I'm saying is, as far as, you know, who dropped off the bricks, I want to know the logistics. I want to know the brand. I want to know the company that sold the bricks and manufactured them. I want to know the
We're working
transportation.
on it.
Oh, you're talking about the BOL.
Yeah, we need to figure
Yeah.
out where this came
Who
from, and we also
created
need to understand who owns the
I-
companies that are manufacturing them, and we need to know
I-
who has the money that bought them.
Oh, like
I
said,
saw a
Yeah.
thing on Facebook saying where one of the bricks were funded by Bill Gates. Like
Well, there was somebody else
he
here that said
stepped
that they
down
came
from
from Akron.
Microsoft and this business that did bricks and stuff. That did those bricks.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Okay, so anyways, Roger, Robin asked a question earlier. Did you get a chance to see that Candace Owens show that she did, was it an interview, Robin? I can't remember, but and she asked, what did you think about her stance?
I saw a couple. I don't know if I actually watched the exact one Robin told me to watch.
She read the
But-
ride.
I mean, I think Candace Owens intelligently speaks, and I can agree with, 85% of what she says most times.
Yeah.
And for all the people that have the audacity to get up on stage and scream and yell, it's a racist thing, it's a billion years of oppression, whatever. I would dare to say that nobody I know still living. Now, at one time, I did know a person living that was the daughter of a slave, not actually a slave herself, but I don't know anybody living today that was a slave or even the child of a slave. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was fucked up. Look what your forefathers, speaking of the civil rights movement leaders, did for you, and don't disrespect their fucking effort by now saying there's nothing you can fucking do for yourself. It's ridiculous, dude.
It's disrespect to MLK too. It's like they think that
It's
he never achieved anything.
disrespectful to every single one of them that fucking put the work in to do the things, to have the generation after them say, well, our parents worked hard as fuck, now you owe us something.
Well, then
Well, that's what-
they claim that they got it as rough as the guys back in the 60s. I'm like, no, you don't.
That's what bothers me is that, Martin Luther King Jr. had some of the best words that ever existed on this planet.
Yeah.
absolutely bar none. And you've got, I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. You've got the Bible. You've got people like Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, you've got some of these most great words to go by. And who does a lot of them spout out? People like Colin Kaepernick. I mean, come on, man. You know, this communist
Fucking
BS, man.
I'm always surprised that people give two shits about what that dumb asshole does. Do you think I give
right.
two shits in a day whether that guy he could stand on his fucking head with a banana balanced on the bottom of his foot and I wouldn't give two shits, dude. I just don't get, you know what I mean? So he's a fucking idiot. Why are we giving him any fucking respect or like what recognition or whatever you want to call it? That's just like the dumbass Grand Wizard goes on the Donahue show and acts a fucking fool and an idiot. Who gives a shit?
That was a funny episode, though, man.
Well, you know, I'm just saying all that stuff is just so stupid, and they make this big giant thing out about it when it's not going to help them feed themselves. It's not going to help them grow closer to their family. It's not going to help them grow closer to their community.
Sparky.
Any of that stuff.
Hey,
Did you see Sparky's comment? He says the blackest thing about Colin Kaepernick walked out on his pregnant mother when she told him he knocked her up.
Oh my God. Oh, shit.
Ouch.
Oh,
Hey, I keep seeing in the comments that that Warren Buffett owns Berkshire Hathaway Brick Company. Is that correct? A brick company, Berkshire Hathaway?
Berkshire Hathaway, yes, I'm familiar with it. I'm also familiar with Warren Buffett.
Okay, well then we can.
I think Berkshire Hathaway, if I'm not mistaken, is Warren Buffett's investment company in general.
Yeah.
And I bet you they own a little bit of everything in the world except all those airline shares he managed to sell right before the airline companies tanked.
Yeah, that does not seem like it was insider trading or anything, does it?
He's smart. He's like Moses. He's like the Moses dude. He just knows that stuff, and there was no phone calls made, no inside information passed. He's just
How
a
many
really
people
great
do you
guy.
think are involved in actually trying to draw up? And by the way, this is how Soros makes his money. What he does is he destabilizes nations and then shorts their currency.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of companies do that. Look what they did. What was that sporting goods company, Gander Mountain or something? They fucking rocked them, socked them, put their asses out of business, and then fucking stiffed all the shareholders.
Yeah.
Not to mention the employees, the cities that were getting tax revenue from it. I mean, this was a multi-million-dollar company on its own, and then in 8 months it's in the red. So yeah, I mean, all those guys are crooks, man.
Speaking of you were talking about an arms was it arms manufacturer or arms seller? What were you talking about?
Gander Mountain.
Right.
Sporting goods store.
Okay, yeah. So I just heard that Sig Sauer had to file for bankruptcy, and they're closing a plant in Germany. But I was just thinking, because I just recently bought a new Sig Sauer product, and I own several Sig Sauer products, so I don't see them going out of business in the USA.
Well, it's a little hard considering they got that Marine Corps contract,
Yeah, and
I mean, you guys think it's possible that they'll sell the company to a U.S. investor?
It sounds more like they probably sold the company to one of the U.S. defense contractors. That's a shell corporation for the United States, and it's probably going to have a different name. But somebody else is building the hardware now.
I vote Sig Super.
So HD Cat in the chat says that the Gander Mountain where he's at went under too. So
yeah, I mean, these big giant corporations come in, fucking buy up companies, shut them down, put them out of business, and that shit's not illegal. But you write a check for fucking $30 more than you got in your bank account. You got the fucking
Oh boy.
Fed showing up at your house to take you to jail for check fraud or whatever. It's fucking
Look out.
it's unreal, man.
Flying
See, I
is-
think
shit.
This is
I think one
lunacy
of the-
what they're doing.
I think one of the problems is Detroit. Well, you was talking about a minute ago about, you know, when are we going to do something? Or, you know, I mean, we all know what the problem is. I think the big problem is that they've been labeling people like us, you know, patriots or people that fly the flag and fly this 3% and fly this, you know, these. They've been labeling us as racist, which, I mean, I'm sure you are, Detroit. I'm sure you're a big racist, you know. I mean, you see what I'm getting?
I have my racial biases just like everybody else in the world does. I know what I can see in front of me.
So,
I know
so
how
I'm
I've been
just saying-
treated all my life, and I group that into a couple things: race, what the gray area spoke about earlier, how they're dressed. Are they dressed thugged out? Are they dressed casual? Are they dressed in a fucking business suit? All that shit plays into my head, and if that makes me a racist, I don't think there's anybody in the world that's not a racist unless they're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that CMMG is doing good. Yeah, they're doing very well.
Yeah, it's
Well,
really
I-
upside down. They claim that the 3%ers are the domestic terrorists.
TCP
They're not the
has-
ones burning down buildings during protests at all.
But didn't you
Well-
see now in wrong think the ones that don't burn down buildings but hold guns peacefully, them are the terrorists.
Yeah, I think I just saw a picture Zombie Farmer put on his channel. They show the Virginia protest rally.
That's when we could start doing something. Is when
Oh,
that
They
shit
say-
goes away.
Well, they say that that's an unlawful gathering and this and that. But then they show the riots in New York or California or whatever, and they're like, "This is a peaceful protest."
Yeah.
I don't get it.
The gaslighting is real.
Yeah, I just think it's funny how
Yeah.
they call anything that's not their fucking three little pet projects as racist and white supremacist, which is funny because like my captain's not even a white dude, you know?
Yeah, and you got these freaking adults out here protesting with their kids during the BLM movement, acting like freaking 3-year-olds.
True, Effie. True.
I can't believe like they bring their kids to these protests too.
That's just dumb, man. That's like using a shield. I don't know. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I guess I'm kind of on the fence about whether you bring your kids to a protest.
I mean, it's
do you
not-
bring your
not-
kids to a riot? No, I don't think you bring your kids to a riot.
Well, you
Well,
know,
I think that you should bring your kids to a protest as about
Well-
as much as I think you ought to bring your kids to a damn mosh pit. It's probably just not a good idea.
I just
For-
had a thought, you know, technically speaking,
Yeah.
if I had a kid, I could bring him to this protest and say, well, the news said it was a protest, not a riot. You know,
well, like
then sue the fucking news for telling you,
you
it was a
know,
protest and it's really a
with-
riot.
with the BLM
I'd do- I'd
protesting.
Victory on their asses if I had a kid. I'd sue those motherfuckers.
I understand like peacefully assembling, but I don't think the intentions behind their protesting is peaceful. The
No.
way that they're trying to
Well-
get people riled up and going kind of
Well, news
bananas.
ain't gonna let it be peaceful. They don't let shit be peaceful these days.
Yeah, I mean, I
And-
guess
yeah,
that's the difference between a riot and a protest. I think protests are okay. I think protests are fine for children and families, and you should bring a fucking picnic basket, and you should share community with each other and like thoughts and minds, and a protest I think is okay for everyone. Rioting and shit, I think is just an idiotic fucking thing, and
No, riot's just fucking crime fest. That's all that shit is.
The
Rudy
reason why
Duarte. Rui Duarte, BLM and Antifa have been one movement for quite a long time. They've been very, very tightly affiliated.
Oh, I
there's
know.
the reason why I don't think BLM that they're in my eyes I don't see it as a protest is because they're not reasonable with their message.
Well, I haven't seen them protest anything yet myself personally, so I don't know what they're protesting actually.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about protesting, that's like I said, what the civil rights leaders did is the most current example. They said, you
Or
know what,
MLK.
fuck you, we're not gonna ride your bus
Yeah,
no
these
more. We
are
don't
not
give
Mark.
a fuck.
These aren't.
We'll get together and we'll fucking give each other rides and we'll help each other out. And that's a protest. That's getting your point across. Because when
Sparky.
the dollars stop coming in, that's when they care. They don't care who
Yeah.
is in the dollars.
Hang on.
Yeah,
They care
MLK
that-
had
Back in
legitimate reason behind it.
2016, during the Battle of Berkeley, BLM and Antifa worked in tandem to completely torch the campus. This was 4 years ago. They're tightly wound.
Yeah, did y'all see that thing where like they're giving BLM? I don't remember how much money it was. Was it California or something? Somebody's defunding the police by so much, and they're giving there's been 3 or 4 companies, actually big companies that are donating to BLM right now.
Well, yeah,
I
the handy fucking thing to do is to donate to fucking criminals and criminal organizations that are causing havoc on the street. They think that it'll get them political power. What they don't realize is they're useful idiots too, and the government's done with their stupid asses. They'll be kicked to the curb just like anybody else, just like the other trash.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So what's the official word on Antifa right now? They're a terrorist organization.
Pussyfooting
Yes.
around it, the SPLC won't change it.
Yeah, but they look at 3%ers as a terrorist organization, even though they don't claim it. They just
No.
look at it.
Well,
I
I
haven't
mean,
seen them
there is
blow
a
up
difference
their
though
own
between them acting like they are and them actually labeling them that. I mean, is there certain things that
Here's the other more funny thing. You see this shit? This shit is fake. This shit ain't even a real thing. This shit was started by fucking the Chans as a joke, and they think this shit's real.
Yeah.
They think the Boogaloo Boys are real. That shit's a fucking 4chan joke. Well, it's an 8chan joke.
Well, another thing I heard is the posting the plain black things on your Twitter and on your Facebook was actually supposed to fuck up the algorithm so that all these people, so it basically filled up the hashtag Black Lives Matter, and so anything with the hashtag is basically filled up with just these blank
Yeah.
black screens, and it was a way to shut everybody the fuck up. It was started on 4chan.
Yep. It was another way to fuck with the algorithm, because then you inject a bunch of stuff that don't lockstep with the narrative, and
Yeah.
they have no choice but to mask it. So then they throttle that part, anything with the fucking black block, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it just gets me how they
It's funny, if nobody was helping these twits, they'd be helpless. They'd be losers.
They're
They'd be dead in the
basically
water.
the equivalent of kids throwing a tantrum in a room, wiping their boogers on the wall.
They'd essentially
Yes.
be ineffective
Yes,
little
absolutely.
fucking losers.
Yet they get more fame and fortune than most of us do.
Well, that's
It's
the American
upside down.
way. You know, the only way to make money now and nowadays is to be an asshole. What do you think reality TV was about?
Yeah, a bunch of assholes, hand-picked
Basically.
assholes.
Hand-picked assholes.
Right? Cream of the crop.
It was like no more like the cream down the crack of their mama's ass.
It's like
Yeah.
the cream of the Rhea. You know?
Ray, my buddy out here in the chat, Broken Patriot, just said his group of Arizona Patriots was labeled a terrorist group by the SPLC.
Oh, don't worry
The
about it.
SPLT is a
They're
terrorist
pretend
group in
people.
themselves.
The SPLC is a pretend group. Don't worry about it.
Everybody knows that the SPLC is just nothing but a propaganda. They're a terrorist organization
I mean,
themselves.
they sure got a lot of
Here's the
money.
funny thing, look at this. According to SPLC, I'm a fucking 37% Native American white supremacist.
Excellent.
That's a fucking accomplishment right there.
You're not supposed to exist. It defeats the narrative.
I know, I'm a unicorn.
Wait, Gray, you're also an anti-Semite too for
Yes,
insulting
I'm
the SPLC.
Right, too.
it's like the 19
Oh, even though I'm 15% Jew.
Yeah, because
What?
because criticizing a Jewish organization makes you an anti-Semite.
Yep. And
Well,
shit-
if I'm not mistaken, that organization is in the possession of actually millions upon millions of dollars in assets and cash.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
believe they're one of the richest private organizations.
Here's another fun fact. In LA, guess what part of town has been relatively unharmed in LA?
Which part?
What town?
The Jewish owned part of town.
I'm sure they're not fucking around, man. They've been at war for 3,000 years
Oh,
plus.
no, nobody goes there. It's like it's been left alone.
They ain't fucking around over there.
Well, no,
Shit.
they own most of the city, but I noticed where all of their really high-end businesses are. It's like fucking demilitarized zone. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, have you ever been to Israel? Have you ever seen pictures of Israel? They know how to deal with that bullshit. This ain't their first go around.
the ones here are not the ones in Israel. Don't get them confused.
Oh, I don't know because I know a lot of them and am related to even more of them.
Oh, well,
And,
you want to? Here's the thing,
They
though:
all
is a
go
lot
over
of
to
a
Israel
lot of
and they
American
serve their term.
well,
a
So
lot of
they,
American Jews, though, are not for Israel.
yeah, there's 4
Mhm.
factions you got to deal with here.
Yeah.
And me,
Yeah.
not an anti-Semite, just a very aware person.
Well, I mean, there's the idea that they're not involved in identity politics is ridiculous because they are. Now, it's not like they're at the whole blaming them for everything going on in the world is completely obtuse.
Yeah,
But-
that's another thing.
But they're involved. They're involved in zero-sum games just like any other group. Don't get it wrong.
Yep.
yeah, I don't think anybody would deny that, but
Well, they're also not all on the same page either. You got
No, they're not.
you got 4 different.
how do we get to a point where we're all millionaires then? I mean, what's
No. That's a fallacy.
what's the
No,
equality
yeah,
that we need to
definitely.
achieve in all of this? I mean,
Yeah, no, at that point there
There's
won't
no way to do it without turning the world into an awful place.
Yeah.
That's the catch.
yeah, so we need all those people to create those giant communities that support themselves, and no matter how much we stand on the mountaintop and say we need one big giant homogenous this and that's not really the way the world works. And the sooner we're willing to stand there and admit that we all do need our own spaces in some form or fashion. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, to naturally be around each other, that's fine. But when you force a bunch of people,
that was funny as,
fuck
that was funny as hell.
Hookers without borders.
without borders. That sounds like a clap waiting to happen.
Wait a second. You're not talking. Wait. You're not talking about my crochet group, are you, Fuzz?
Oh, I think maybe.
No. By the way, that's a slang for women who crochet. We call ourselves hookers because
Yeah.
we crochet with a hook.
Okay.
buddy.
That's a new one to me. I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Amen. Yeah.
I learn something new every day too.
Ah!
What the Wednesday test you? Those.
That is-
Dangerous Freedom, you got it all on your show, man. You got felonies and all kinds of stuff going on. You know.
Hey, Alex, what are you up to, brother?
Oh God.
Well, I got
Okay.
little Frank calling for me, so I am going to have to gracefully bow out of this. I enjoyed myself tremendously.
Mm.
Thank you, everybody in the chat, even though I never get to read the chat. 3%er, gray area, Cheshire, PDX.
Detroit. See you
Detroit,
later.
it's a pleasure.
All
Hey,
right,
stay
Ron.
safe. Brother. Stay safe.
I will absolutely. I hope everybody else does too. Ron, maybe I'll see you next Saturday.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
All
always
right.
say, keep that head on the 360.
I will do so. Everybody have a good night and stay safe.
All
Good
right.
night, Detroit.
Good night.
We got Rhonda in the chat. We got Alex, Disabled Vets Perspective in the chat. Hello, brother.
Right on.
What's up,
Bubba,
what's up, Alex?
Sparky, howdy.
Crazy world this turning into.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
I have a in a messenger on Facebook. I'm creating this whole Minutemen type thing where we respond real fast to. We have like this call to action. We could text out if a city's if we need people to respond to defend a city, which is pretty cool. And I've noticed that it actually works rather well. But it's just insane, like how much under fire and under siege these small businesses are.
Well, my group took a different approach with law enforcement. Rather than hide from them, we actually flat out went and said hi there.
Yep. And be like, hey, yeah, we're prepared
But not
to.
only that, but we got acquainted with them and we got to working with them and getting certified with them for auxiliary duties.
Do you live in big cities?
Some of us do.
I live in a very, very, very small town. Like I could leave right now and drive all the way around my town and come back and be back here in about 7 minutes. I mean, a small town. And it's really hard to get people here to want to kind of group up because nothing ever happens here. You know what I'm saying? It's they said they were going to do some protest up here. They were going to move up here, but it never happened. Nothing ever.
Now, see, the moron protesters, if they really wanted to do some damage and not just put on a good show, they'd go to those places that it's well known nothing happens because they tend to not be prepared for that sort of thing. It would get messy. It's funny, it would get the kind of messy that they're looking for. But see, I think that they are smart enough to know that their messy has to be at a certain pace. Otherwise, the population chokes on it.
Right, but see, they don't understand that people up here are way prepared.
Even though I'm not a manipulator myself, as a matter of fact, I despise manipulation as much as I do thieves. You know,
Right?
But I
They
very well understand manipulators.
well, I'm saying there are way more people up here prepared than.
Oh yeah,
what-
that's
Yeah.
why they wouldn't go there right away.
Our
because
cops are
they get mowed down. See, they need to milk these idiots as long as they can for all the stupid they can get out of them. You know,
well because see,
before they throw 'em in the wood chipper.
they said something the other day that some people were showing up down at the courthouse or down at our little square,
Yeah.
and I got a phone call from the sheriff's department and said, hey, all the police are coming down, just be ready. So I mean, we're prepared, but you know what I mean? It's hard to do like what PDX was talking about. It's hard to get something
actually,
started like that.
Well, here I can walk
To where
you
we
through when you're ready. Well, like PDX idea worked out for us in a different way. When we made ourselves familiar with law enforcement and first responders and let them get to know us, it took a couple of years. But when they got to know us and got comfortable with us, they invited us in on their Zello network, which is actually a digitized, high-end comm system that all the law enforcement and first responders use. And this comm system works like a voice over IP system, but communicates with some digital comms that can also do ham radio frequencies as well. And it's just amazing the way the system works. We get so much information out of it, including real-time like overlays, of a city and shit of where everybody is.
Right.
And me being part of Signal Corps, I'm able to track all that stuff, and it's my job to run these applications for them, all of their tactical shit.
Right.
Well, so like this in the app, guess what it cost a regular Joe Schmo to get in on and just to set one up themselves? And it wasn't hard. Like you don't even have to be a comm guy with special licenses or anything, but it cost me $8 a month to get like over 20 people. I think it's like 25 people I can get in on it.
Huh.
And plus you can link it to other existing networks, like a lot of fire departments use Zello, Then you can get into what's called their community training program, which is CERT, and they'll teach you all the search and rescue shit for free, actually, and get you certified with EMT stuff and everything. And I know that's not just in California. That's a coast to coast thing because I got buddies all over the place that do it, you know?
Well, I do know that 2 or 3 of the business owners here, one of them, I mean, he's very well armed. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
He's got a plumbing, electrical hardware type business, you know, and he's got a forklift out there, and he got a pallet, and he got one of his workers to raise him up on that pallet, and they had a big sign that said, "This is the wrong fucking place to show up," and he's standing up there with his AR. And they took a picture of that and posted it on Facebook. And it stayed up for a little bit, but then it got taken down, of course. But he posted it up on some of them websites, and there were several guys standing there. So I mean, people are ready here. It's just
I think these people really are asking for it. You know, they say that they're being hunted, but they're really not being hunted right now. But
they don't know what being hunted is.
They have no idea.
they
have no idea what being hunted is all about.
Oh,
Yeah.
they'd be acting a lot different.
if the government didn't have our arms twisted, we would be able to discipline these fuckers, and we would have a lot better of a society.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the bad thing, you know. I mean, like, you got, you know, it looks like a nice little shop building there. You know, I've got one. That's what I'm sitting in. I mean, we all got nice stuff, you know, lives and families, and
you know, just got what I need.
Right. Well, that's what I'm getting at is you don't. It's we're a little more reserved in the way that we should, where we really shouldn't be so much, but we don't want to lose what we worked so hard for. You know, these some bitches you see out here in these streets, man, they got
right. And I brought
they're getting funded and paid for it.
He's completely right, because see, we know that we don't have the mayor on our side. We don't have the governor on our side. And those guys that are all down there raising hell, even though they're clearly in the wrong, they've got all the support in the universe and they got nothing to lose. But see, all the decent folks always have shit to lose. But see, I've found a way to teach decent folks how to not have anything to lose. It's called a trust. You got to put all your assets into a trust that separates your assets from yourself. And basically, you set the trust up like an entity to trickle you an allowance based on your own earnings that you pay directly to the trust, like a different person. Essentially, the money changes hands, and on paper, you're a broke ass, so nobody can ever sue you. You wouldn't be worth suing. It wouldn't be worth their time to take you to court.
That's a pretty good idea.
That's the way they all do it.
If more patriots knew how to do this, like I have, and I've taught a bunch of people now, and I'm glad for it, because they never considered this. Because typically it was only a businessman thing, you know?
So so when you say put it in a trust, I mean, are you talking about like one
financial
of your children? Huh?
No, a financial trust is a separate entity you can set up like an LLC, like a corporation, you know?
Oh,
so it becomes its own entity. It's not one of your family members or anything, although it might as well be, but your most reliable one.
Right. I see. What
yeah,
you're
just
saying.
Earlier today, I saw my mayor in Portland.
Right here, this will be a game changer if more people figure out how to do this.
I want to get with you on that, Gray.
What happened in Portland?
Yeah, our mayor was out there with BLM freaking protesting with him. Ted Wheeler.
Does that shock you?
It doesn't shock me. It just goes to show the ignorance.
Well,
Stupidity.
Ted Wheeler's let Antifa basically run Portland for quite a long time. I mean, I don't see any reason why he would stop now.
Yeah, he's really exposing himself, and
He's
a lot of this is going to come crumbling down. You best believe it. We're so fed up. I see a lot of patriots who are just fucking ready.
Yeah, I've got to say I'm surrounded by guns too.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I got a new
But it
one.
goes,
So
but it goes deeper than being surrounded by guns. I've told people, they've come to me and they're like, "Hey, dude, I kind of like to get into this prepping thing, and I kind of want to do this, I kind of want to do that, and I'm like, well, the first thing you got to do, man, you got to prepare your mind, man. You got to decide on where you're willing to go and how far you are willing to go, because being
Yeah.
surrounded by a bunch of guns, man, is awesome. But if you're not willing to really and truly use them for what they're intended for,
or
then you
train.
might as well not spend the money. You might as well go buy you a new pickup truck and drive around your new pickup truck and enjoy a new truck. I'm just saying, and Dangerous. I know you're ready, brother. So I'm not questioning that part of it. I'm
No,
just saying, we need to make sure that we put that out there that,
Well, also, not everybody has to fight. Remember, these guys that are willing to flex need people like me behind the scenes just to keep track of shit for them.
Correct. We definitely need an operations. That's, you look at the military and what is it? I mean, like, seriously, it's not a very big percentage that actually fights. Huh?
Military intelligence is part of your signal corps.
Right. I'm just saying, there's only a certain, and it's kind of a decently small percentage of the military that actually fights. It's because there's so much ops and everything.
A lot of logistics. Logistics. And that shit don't happen without logistics. Which
Correct.
Is people like me know how to screw with logistics if I have to.
Yeah, this whole freaking BLM thing, Antifa, there's no reason in them. The light in them is done.
Is it really? Do you think the media is going to try and keep playing it, or do you think that the media is going to have to just abandon it too?
I mean, it depends on what Trump does, how much Trump can do, He could say Antifa's a domestic terrorist, but who's going to take that action against them? Because
to me,
it's an unjust system at the moment.
To me, the designation is absolutely fucking worthless unless they're actually willing to do anything about it. And to me, I don't think they are.
The militia is actually a real thing, and that is we the people, individual people. We don't have to necessarily be part of a group to be able to go up to our neighbor's house and be like, hey, we got a fight coming. Are you ready?
Well, you also have to know how effective.
There's a lot of neighbors that would flake on you, too.
The better vetted.
Yeah, you're right on that, PDX, but I do have pretty.
I've turned this into a profession,
I think some of them are even more armed than I am.
Yeah, I'm giving advice to keep people alive. It's like I said, I turned fighting into a profession.
No shit.
Well, be armed all you want. You got to pull that trigger. You got to terminate that fight.
Here's the thing about it all, PDX. You mentioned Trump, okay? Well, Trump's getting hammered from all sides. Well, from the main side of the Democrats, the leftists, he's getting hammered from them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, why we should be hammering him all the time too? Because Trump is one of them kind of people that he likes to have his good boy Trump. Boy, you did good right there, Trump. You know what I'm saying? He likes that kind of shit. So if we started, well, I'm saying if we started hammering him, the Patriots, the 3%ers, these type of people, if we started hammering him and saying, Trump, man, we got to put this stuff down. We're behind you 100%. Because look, I believe they're all
those look, we should consult.
I turn on the freaking White House and I see him just talking about space exploration. So
right.
You know where his focus is.
Well,
yeah.
see, what I'm getting at is you got to understand, that's one bird, the government. You got a right wing and a left wing part of the government, so it's just one bird. but you have to push. You know, it's the squeaky wheel gets the grease kind of thing.
Only one problem. One wing went limp, and the other wing
Trust
got
me.
cancer engorged.
If we could really forge an army out of patriots, and if we can actually stand against this, dude, we are so much stronger than they are. It
I
takes
know that.
what? It takes how many of them to try and take us down? I mean, come on. Yeah, they have to have everything all spider web to try and get us caught up.
I found some stuff today on that Insurrection Act deal, okay? And apparently in 1956 there was a law passed, and it gives the president, or Trump, the power to act unilaterally whenever the president considers unlawful obstructions, combinations, or assemblages or rebellion against the authority of the United States. It make it impracticable to enforce the law, where in other words, where you can't enforce the law in any state. He may call into federal service such as the militia of any state, and use such of the armed forces as he considers necessary to enforce the laws or whatever it takes to suppress the rebellion. So when I read that, I got to thinking about that, and I was like, they are hammering him from all sides. I mean, look at the media, man. They're just, I'm going to tell you right now, President Trump could snap his fingers, and every time he does, a gold brick, a $10 million gold brick appears in somebody's house. And they would say, well, he didn't do this soon enough. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what he does, so if we start hammering Trump,
it wouldn't do much good. Everything behind the scenes, because remember, you don't have the optics.
We don't have the optics on Trump. We don't know what he's able to do or whatever. Honestly, I don't think he could do anything right for us, because he brought it all to the governors. He brought everything onto the governor's shoulders to open up and the lockdowns.
Yeah,
and
but
all that.
everybody signed on to that national shit.
No, really, there ain't no clean way out of this. Not anymore. Mm-hmm.
You don't think there's no way out other than the way out?
There's only one other way out, and really, I've been pondering it more and more, but really the only other way won't happen because they won't let it happen, which would be peaceful separation from leftists.
Yeah, balkanization.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe they won't have a choice but to accept it when, their guns are matched with our guns. Are we going to have another civil war? Or are we going to say, look, no, we're going to keep our side because, how stupid are these people?
Well, we have to make an example out of them first, because they think they could just get away with the world.
Yeah, true.
Well, the way you do that is you beat them with your own shitty little poopy flavored lollipop of a game.
So
you got to be smart about it.
Jenny just mentioned in the comments that other presidents has used the Insurrection Act, and on this stuff that I've read, I did see that where it's been used multiple times before. And what do you think keeps Trump from doing that?
He hasn't gotten voted back in yet again.
Yeah, I agree with you, Aircraft Sparky. He did make the right decision.
What Sparky said? I didn't see it.
He said that Trump did the right thing by handing it over to the governors.
Yeah, he had to, because that was the proper place for it.
Yeah, states' rights.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Right.
He's fucking cleaning up stuff.
By the program. That's what he was supposed to do.
It's your bullshit.
I always thought that on that whole Cerveza bug thing, man, because, he put Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx up there, and he's like, hey, I'm listening to these guys, when on all the stuff that's happened. So, when people go, hell, this wasn't nothing anyway, they go, well, I just listened to them, So is that what you're saying? He left it up to the states?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what he did.
Yeah.
Because it's our duty to abolish this tyrannical system. But we can't have the police force against us. I mean, we're literally standing for them. They can't even stand for anything.
I'm kind of
have to make them aware so then they can make a choice. You know,
I'm kind of thinking
a complete stranger to them.
it's getting to the point where the police force is being attacked by the other side. They're not being attacked by us.
Which is actually a good time to talk to them then, because then they'll realize they need support.
Right.
But they have to ask for it.
That's correct. Everyone has to ask for it. That's just how the Minutemen works. However, don't refer to yourself in that way. Those guys are, like, the name Minutemen is connected with some not so great people, unfortunately.
Right.
As a group name.
Well,
What
it
do you
just
mean?
That one's actually on an FBI list because national militias are not allowed, only state militias. And the Minutemen are technically a national militia. Now, like I said, I turned this into a lifestyle, so I know how to stay out of trouble.
I'm just a troublemaker.
Mm-hmm.
But for good reasons. For good reason.
Yeah, well, I hope you don't become a martyr. Like if you're out there and somebody shoots you or beats you over the head with an iron stick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
do you out there? I mean, if I know you probably can't carry a gun. You're in Portland, right?
Yeah, but I have a freaking machete.
I still carry a nice hand-forged blade and a ball-peen hammer.
I have this machete,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not afraid to use it either.
Good.
Yeah, me, I don't ask questions. It's like,
PDX, I got one of them too.
You get stuck.
Hell
I have
yeah,
one of them.
brother.
Yeah, me,
Oh, yeah,
I
that-
I'll stick people. It don't bother me.
I keep it by my side.
That's
It is my
That's a gutting knife.
yeah. It's for gutting deer when I go deer hunting. You know?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I used to skin elk and quarter out deer and elk and stuff and pack them out. Man,
Well,
that
you gotta
was
have
fun.
a big knife.
Yeah.
It takes a big knife to do what you got to do. So.
Part of the
No,
process.
So do you think there can come a point, like probably pretty quickly, with them trying to defund the police, and with everybody seeming to go against the police? Do you think maybe there is going to be a point soon to where the police department
I
starts
already
saying,
know what this is. This is actually specifically it's
You just
for
really have to look
two
at
reasons. One is to test the waters to see how people react to the prospect of it. Depending on the reaction to the prospect of it, they'll actually go through with it at a limited capacity. And then they'll create more crisis to draw out the people like myself who actually do have to answer emergency calls from the populace as long as it's on the legit, And we have
think about
calls.
about Minneapolis.
So then they
think
can identify everybody.
So Minneapolis is burnt to the ground. Where do you think all of those people are going? They're organized, and they're going to come to the cities that are already formed. And those people that burnt Minneapolis down, they're going to be joining forces with their their group.
Think another city, it's already a little crappy, even more shitty.
Yeah, they're just going to keep coming.
Yeah,
we have to put a stop to
the
it.
idea is to turn big cities into shit stains.
No, they're talking about defunding police all over the place. Yeah,
that's going to go over really, really well.
Yes.
Well, for some people,
it's going to go over. It's going to go over absolutely great. And you want to know something? I can't wait until something happens to me and I can sue the shit out of my leaders in the state and everything.
Yeah, well, no, wait till you have to shoot somebody dead on your front porch. Okay.
I don't want that, but I'm willing. I can do what I got to do.
Damn right. Better.
Glad I'm past all that.
Well, we got to really learn to come together as patriots too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because throughout all of this,
well, yeah, they always
we're fighting for all of our beliefs, all of our everything we hold dear, all of our values, because we believe in the flag, freedom.
Basically, what they're
But we
saying
have
is
to look after each other.
okay. So something ended up happening in my area where a rioter ended up getting shot. And what's interesting is we got a bunch of shitwits out here that are protesting the shooting of this rioter that got shot because he was beating some dude down who had a gun.
What do you
So
expect?
they're talking about defunding the police, and they want to prosecute people that defend themselves against these assholes who are playing stupid games. So what they're doing is they're going to remove the police that are supposed to protect us. They want to completely disarm us and leave us at the complete whim of these rioters.
Yeah, not happening here.
Yeah.
I see that.
It's madness.
Yeah, I'll be damned. I'm not doing it. So, you know what I mean? Like, they can arrest me and throw me in prison, or they can gun me down, but I am not putting up with that shit.
I was at the Capitol Steps today, and they circled us, the BLM and whatever, and they got them to leave or whatever. The police got them to leave, but apparently one of the BLM members said that one of our members assaulted them, which had never happened, but she had to stay around and file a report.
Something happened and you're stuck there for fucking an hour.
Yeah, like she had to like file a report or whatever. But that other lady who claimed that this happened, she got to leave. It's fucking backwards.
Dude, I saw a video.
Yeah.
I saw a video. Anthony Brian Logan posted it, and it was a video of this stupid ass BLM white guy who was approaching random white people on the streets and telling these random white people to get on their knees and apologize for being white. I would beat his ass for that.
Hey, my brother AP, what is going on?
Fuck out of my face with that shit. I'm not getting on my knees for nobody, and I'm not apologizing for who I am. It's just not going to happen.
That's what that tool is for.
That's where this shit is heading. Like, that's how bad that's getting.
I'm not fucking doing it.
That's seriously how much they think they could get away with.
That's like some Nazi shit. That'd be like, telling a bunch of random Jewish people to get on their knees and apologize for being Jewish. That's crazy.
That's when you rear back and act like you're going to kick one of them 62-yard field goals, and except for you use his nuts.
We have to fight back. We have to really formulate as patriots and really weed out these people. And really, like, the shit that they're pulling with us, we need to really actually hit them back with some shit.
Because
but
because
these days, if you're dealing with dirty, underhanded shitbags, then fight dirty, underhanded shitbags in a dirty, underhanded fashion. Meaning, don't be there at all. Do it digitally, like a little cunt, like them.
No, I don't do anything digitally.
I'm able to dig into your past. I'm able to dig around wherever I want for whatever information I want. There's very little a person can do about it if I get focused. Sometimes I find very fascinating things about certain little shit weasels. And what you do is you just wait for the opportune time where when the rules don't matter because people are looking for somebody to crucify, and well, you make that shit come to light.
Yeah.
Bypass.
I don't necessarily agree with the doxing, but they're doing that shit to us as patriots.
Yeah, and besides, I ain't saying I've done that. I'm not telling anybody to do it, but I am telling people what actually works against underhanded shitbags that have really came against.
I mean, we really got to draw a line with the Civil War. I'm serious.
Yeah, Gray isn't wrong.
If you get physical, you're giving them exactly what they want. I know it's very, very difficult not to because they have no physical.
I'm not condoning that at all. I'm just saying we need to come together. That way, we're more powerful in numbers, and they know that. They won't mess with us in numbers.
Well, I'm not getting on my knee for no motherfucker.
Well, also
I'm just saying.
Press too. If your numbers are big enough, then you have the ability to crowdfund legal defenses for each other, and that makes you bad meat. See, that's the other advantage to not being a loner is then you have the advantage of an organized group of people that have thought this shit through, you know?
Oh yeah, AP. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
there's many different
All
kinds.
I could see right now is that we're getting our ass kicked,
Well,
and
yeah,
cities are burning.
that's because everybody's trying to be a lone wolf fucking Punisher, and that ain't gonna work.
Man, I've reached out. I've tried to find some good prepper communities, and nobody wants to
You're
organize
looking
because
in the wrong place then. So you just said you're looking in prepper communities. You need to be looking in militia communities.
well, I've looked. The only militia one that I found, they were just some things that I saw on their website gave me pause, and I was like, yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
no, there's different ones. You just have to find the right fit.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Well,
hard to
plus
know where to put your effort,
like
really.
fly by nights, and then there's the people that actually operate by the uniform code like they're supposed to.
Because you got
Right.
a lot of fake militia members. I was a part
Yeah.
of this fake
Yeah.
militia group,
Yeah.
the Oregon Patriot group or whatever. And the guy there was a complete dumbass. Yeah, he had weapons, but he literally shot through his neighbor's wall, and he got his guns confiscated because he's a dumbass.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm. But no, what I'm saying is there's ways to find them. It's just you guys haven't ran into anybody that could tell you how to find the right one.
Yeah,
Once you know where you're looking, it's a little easier to look.
I just
Well,
think there's a lot of spies, and there's a lot of people that are flaky. They say that they will do something, but they don't.
Well, that's what vetting systems are for.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. You've got to meet people, and I was just watching a special on that today, how to meet up in groups and not be followed. Because most of the time now.
It's easier to just blend in with your surroundings than it is to be invisible.
Dangerous Robin G put up a good comment right there. You can only be backed into a corner for so long, then you're going to come out
Swinging. That's a
Well,
good
that's true. I mean, human being, everybody's got their limitations.
I'm going to be coming out with armor plates and guns. I'm telling you. And they're just saying.
There's like
Well,
I said,
We had a protest the other day. It was for cop lives, and we had like 5 people strapped up, like ARs and shotguns and stuff. But there was like one person in their car. They pointed a gun at one of our people as they drove by. It wasn't one of the strapped people, or otherwise they had been probably dead, obviously.
I was gonna say it's even better. What you do is you just film everything. That's why my boys, we always got our GoPros running.
Yeah. They actually made a police report. They caught him on film.
We got 1080p right on our chest, man. We see license plates, everything. We don't even have to bother nobody.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Well, plus, like I said, we don't do anything clandestine. We operate out in the open and with the law enforcement aware of us because they don't have to be afraid of us. We gave them something they can look at, you know?
I'm just so tired of it, man. These people make it so much harder on the freaking rest of the world that's just trying to live their life in peace.
Well, yeah, those people are leeches. That's what leeches do, man.
Yeah.
freaking epi.
Especially when leeches get told they're special and they get to have special privileges over everybody else, and they have a right to your money, you know, and a right to an existence, and even though they're not contributing to anyone else's existence, you know.
Basically, what they are is they're parasites.
Yeah, parasite.
That's all they become anymore.
Yeah,
And that's actually what's going on, and that's what's crashing the system is that more and more people in our society are becoming parasitic.
But the government feeds into it. They're like, oh,
Yes.
look at all this money
Yeah,
you could
they're
be
aware
making.
of it.
That's how the government justifies itself becoming bigger.
Yeah. See, they create the problem, offer solution.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
the
as a matter
high
of fact,
yes,
as a
the
matter
high
of fact,
Dale
it's a lot of
dialect.
leftist policies. It's a lot of leftist policies.
Dialect.
It's a lot of leftist policies that fucked everybody and caused a lot of these problems in the first place.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Gray area is opening up his garage.
Wow, nothing much out here.
Let there be
You got
light.
the sun out there. It's been a really gloomy day for me.
Yeah, well, that's a good one, Effie. If it ain't broke, the government hasn't tried to fix it yet. Yeah, they can fuck up.
No, if it ain't broke, the government will break it and then do a half-ass job at trying to fix it. That's what they do.
Yeah.
There you go.
They break it, oh, go fix it, and then they put it together all crooked and shit. Oh, we need to pass this policy to fix it. Well, we fucked up.
You're absolutely right, though.
The hell
Oh, Gray area has a Camaro.
I don't know what he's got back there. I know he's got a Harley back there, and then he's got his reloading bench right there on the left hand.
Got all kinds of stuff in there.
Oh,
Is that a Camaro?
Is it?
Yeah.
What kind of car do you got?
See?
Yeah, my sister has one of those. Yeah, they're all right.
And then it's just a Camaro I'm working on.
I knew it was a Camaro.
Now, if it was like a 1970s Camaro, then maybe we could talk.
Well, this one's nice. It's got a blower and a 6-speed.
Still a lot of fun, I'm sure.
It's just here for water hoses, though.
I see in the chat, Teresa's talking about that she just told her husband that we should move to the Ozarks. I live close to the Ozarks. I mean, like,
What's this about the San Jose? Because I was talking about San Jose earlier with the weird chalk marks on militia people's fucking curbs outside their places.
I'll tell you what, Arizona is still a mostly red state, but we do get a huge influx of these liberal idiots that flock out because
Well, they think they're better than you. Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna find out really quick that they're not, and they're buying guns and droves.
Well, no, you'll never ever convince them that they're not better than you. See, they know they're better than you. In their own little world, in their own little mind, they know they're better.
Well, they haven't met me face to face because I'd let them know that.
I'm telling you, you will never convince them otherwise.
You know, the saddest part about these protests is that they're actually getting up there and preaching the gospel.
oh no.
Oh dear.
Are you serious?
Like any of these assholes know what the gospel is.
Yeah, they're trying to say that Jesus is all for their cause.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really,
Yeah, I'm sure.
man, that is
Well,
Now that if that isn't a cognitive distortion, I don't know what is.
Yeah, exactly, Daniel. You called it. That is blasphemy. Yeah, I have a feeling that they are going to be dealt with swiftly and harshly.
well, that's
just
the
a
whole
while,
thing.
yeah.
It if you believe in the Bible part of it, then you're gonna, because I do, but I don't try to push religion on nobody, because to me it ain't about religion, and that's why I don't push it. It's about a relationship between you and God.
Yeah.
So I don't, but if you're going to use that, I could sit there and use that against them and say, the Satan is the father of all lies and deceit. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And what are y'all doing? So if you just want to go there,
It's hypocrisy, man. It's complete ignorance. And they are fools to walk by faith the way they do. They are complete fools. And yes, dangerous, they are going to get judged. Their day of reckoning is very nigh.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know,
every knee
they-
will bow. Every knee will bow, even in this world. You know?
Yep. Yep. Man, now see, that would be the only one I would bow to.
Well, I mean, even objective.
unfortunately, they're bowing to the wrong one. That's the problem.
Well, see,
Yeah, they're
I'm-
living by the flesh.
There's only one thing that can come their way from all of this. The only thing that can come their way is woe.
They think they could just keep sinning, and they're just always forgiven, even though they don't repent.
Wow, Effie, that's a good point. Yeah, it's easier to preach 10 sermons than it is to live one.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Evan.
Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
I've had to learn a few sermons the hard way.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
thankfully I can still walk.
Yeah.
I had to learn why rage is a deadly sin.
Well, you know, that's the whole thing is that, you know, just going there for a minute. I mean, yes, I agree. Jesus came in and he kicked over tables in the temple, man, because they were disgracing his father's house, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
he did not, Jesus did not always turn the other cheek. To say the
No,
least.
he didn't.
In fact, he was the same one that said, "Hey, if you don't have a sword, then sell your cloak and buy one."
Well, and also I think that self-defense is also perfectly justifiable under Jesus.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Nikki.
Hey, Nick,
Hey, Nikki.
Can you hear me okay? Because I'm on the other crappy
Oh.
computer.
Oh, we
we
hear
can't
you.
we can't hear you at all.
No?
Nope.
No, you
Shut up, you.
we can't hear you.
No, this is so cool because I'm not on my phone. I can like see everybody now. All right. You can see the mess behind me even better now, right?
Hey, just so you know, Nikki, we have like 20-some people in the chat right now, so they can all
I know
see
I
us
can
too.
see it. It's on my other screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Okay.
Hi, Cheshire. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Nikki,
Great
what's going
teacher.
on?
Same old crap.
Same shit, different day.
That's right.
Hey, you guys made it through the week. It's another Saturday.
Right?
I know. I know.
Yeah,
and I
we survived another week, guys. We made it.
You guys ready for next week?
I'll drink that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm picking up.
I'm ready.
I'm picking up a shotgun tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be ready for next week. Guaranteed.
I've got something that I tell my kids. And I tell my kids this all the time. And I said, own the day. Do not let the day own you. And I tell them that a lot because I believe that, you know, things are hard, man. Things are tough out there. But if you overcome it, if you make your mind say, I'm going to own this, no matter what happens, and you own the day, you know, I just, you know, because you know my son, he's in, you know, he's in junior high, he plays football, you know, but then he comes home and he's like, well, some of the kids don't like me, and I was like, well, piss on them, who cares? I was like, yo, you may not even, you know, because I have one person that I went to high school with that I'm still friends with. One person.
I actually don't talk to anybody from high school.
Yeah,
I don't either.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't either.
You know, yeah.
Now you
You know,
don't
I
care
love,
about
like,
I do
back
not
in the
care about
Facebook
me, and the
days, all
feeling
those
is mutual.
friends that like were assholes to you in school, and all of a sudden they find you on Facebook, like, oh man, look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hell
and
are
see, I don't do the whole Facebook thing, although I do still have the number of some of my bandmates from when I was in high school. So I can always contact them. Worst case scenario, and they still live within my probably 15-mile radius.
I don't talk to a single person. Do I? No, I don't. Not one. Oh man.
What the hell, Buzz? Are you kidding me? They disarmed the National Guard. No guns or ammo.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah.
I
Wow.
heard something about that, and they had them sleep on the streets too.
Hmm?
Wow.
Yeah, they gave him a very warm.
Seriously? So they had to camp out all night on the streets? No.
Yeah,
I don't know what the equivalent is in the National Guard, but I'm just,
Wow.
I don't know what the equivalent is in the National Guard, but I'm just going to tell you, I would be in the brig if they disarmed me and trying to make me sleep on the street. I tell them, piss on y'all.
Yeah,
I would be thinking, do I have any relatives in the area that I could like maybe like get out of my bunk and go knock on their door and sleep in their spare room? You know, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be breaking the Third Amendment. You know, harboring soldiers if it's your family. I mean, right? You know, hey, my son's in the National Guard and he's got a couple of friends and it's like, hey, come on in, get a hot meal and protect my fucking house, protect my neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Hey, put up with what
I'll
you
be
just
like
said.
promoted too. You know what I mean?
Dangerous.
It's just,
Dangerous.
it's dishonorable to do this shit, man.
yeah.
Eh,
Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell you. I mean,
hey,
if they're gonna be
Danger.
there anyway, they should be armed because that's a, like kind of a bad place. It's kind of like New York, you know. It's like sending a
They're hoping to
Why do you do this to your own troops?
yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean,
It makes sense to me. They just trying to play pretend and see if it runs off the rioters. See, they think that the rioters are dumber than they actually are. They're pretty dumb, but
no, yeah. But
that
we
makes
saw,
sense.
They're
But they're
criminal minded.
they're gonna
They're
know
very
great. We
We
saw
forget
that
their
Project Veritas
owners,
video.
the people that own
We
those rioters.
saw that they were actually
They're
getting
animals,
training.
right? They're not wrong, but
They're not walking. They're not walking in their half-ass. They're
meaning they're gonna know when they see a National Guard dipshit not armed, and they're just gonna kick their ass. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Wow. Well, I mean, unarmed, what do they have to help themselves if they get mobbed or something? Anything?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sheer numbers.
Just
yeah. Well, yeah.
they only send about 1,500 of
Pack
those
lunch for mama.
out at one time.
Oh shoot, man.
yeah. These people have no common sense, but they're very criminally smart. That's it.
Yeah,
Gary's
Jenny,
rocking the camouflage.
And that's bad enough.
Jenny out there in the chat brings up a good point. It's a hostile environment. Who sends troops into that without arms?
Right? That's what I said. It's kind of like, it's like they're trying to fucking get everyone pissed off.
That happened.
Yeah.
They did that in Minneapolis too.
Minneapolis.
Yeah, combat
It's like
training.
extra.
Yeah, Minneapolis right now would be some really good urban combat training. Oh my God!
Yeah, they did that to the
I've gotten
National Guard in Minneapolis.
I've gotten
If
reports.
you see what Minneapolis looks like, man, that is so cruel.
Down.
Is it? I haven't like. I hear everybody all day. They're like it's burnt down and what's the name, Bryce? Or you said that right?
Get injured and have to go to the
Minutes ago.
hospital.
Is it that bad there? Really?
There's nothing left of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shitballs!
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I heard too. It got like literally almost burnt to the ground. I mean,
Every building is burnt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Is this in just specific neighborhoods or is this the whole metropolitan area of Minneapolis?
It's all of it.
What?
Even the low income housing.
Unbelievable. I just don't get it. So it's like, all right, they burn everything down when they're all done having their fun rioting and burning shit. Where are they going to buy crap? I mean, the free stuff they stole is going to run out eventually. Right?
Yeah, what you got is these people, they come in from out of state or
Right.
whatever, because they're getting paid to do this. And then they
Right.
do it. And then they get these people that actually live in the community to do this type of crap too.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then they realize, oh crap, well I actually live here now. Now I have nothing. Now I'm just a dumbass.
Right. Now you're just a dumbass. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That just blows me away.
oh my God, Buzz, your mind is in the gutter. Oh man, are you reading the comments, Nikki?
Oh yeah. Getting on his knees.
Yeah, Buzz Fork said, dirty old man.
Oh man.
I told you how I felt the other night. If I'm getting on my
Riding dirty.
knees, you better start tossing some dollar bills at me, baby.
You dirty, dirty man.
Only way I'm getting down.
Oh man, Alec, oh wow, yeah. Wait till the left tries to put in high income housing in the burned out areas.
Oh boy. Oh shoot.
Well, I wonder if that it
You
wasn't. I
dumb
wonder if
fuckers.
that wasn't a thing.
You
Because,
dumb
okay,
fuckers.
well, let me ask you this. Yo, if you were going to gentrify an area or build higher income housing, would you buy the land and then tear the building down, or would you just burn that shit to the ground, collect the insurance, and
Good
just fucking
point.
sell it and bill it?
There you go.
It's actually cheaper to do it the
Just teacher
latter
to
way.
teacher. Cheaper to
Put
cheaper to torch the joint. Yeah.
put a Trump Tower in Minneapolis.
Right?
Oh shit. I want a bag of popcorn and a few drinks for that. Watch that. Holy crap. Wow. It's gonna be interesting to see how all this plays out.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing, man. We've come to a point, man, that it's just like, it's like, what the fuck, man? I mean, what is, it's like, they're setting people on fire now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, have y'all seen that they're setting PDX? No, somebody said that.
Gray said that
people
they
on-
were torching people.
Yeah, Gray.
Oh.
Okay.
Did you see the cop that they torched?
I
I
mean,
think,
dude,
I think he
man.
was he Italian or he wasn't here. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Sorry.
I mean, what's gonna really truly happen though? Seriously, what's really gonna truly happen when these people come to the wrong fucking town and we slaughter these son of bitches? What's really and truly gonna happen at that point?
They're gonna
Dre,
find out
I'm
their
sure
bricks are useless. You know.
Well, no, I'm saying no. I mean, all bullshit aside.
Yeah.
I mean, if some of these people really come to a small town and we slaughter the shit out of them because they're trying to set people on fire,
yeah.
what's going to be said about those who slaughtered them people?
Good. Yeah, that's another good question.
There should be no rumor of
Yeah,
it.
well, Gary makes a good point. He's like, they'll probably all get arrested. You know. Figure
Well,
that one out.
There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be anyone getting arrested.
No, there shouldn't be. But I'm saying in this weird, I mean, we live like in an upside down earth the last few weeks. Like, I watched a video today.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were looting the bejesus out of a store. They're jumping out windows, and the cops are all just standing there like, "Have a nice day." Or are you serious? I mean,
Hello, Maniac. Hello, Josh. Good to see you.
Oh, ain't
I
nothing they
I
can
don't
do
get it.
these days. They're pretty much crippled because of some big shit show.
yeah,
I mean, you look at these people; they don't look like they're actually living in misery. They're
no,
enjoying them.
No, the majority of them.
I
Well,
mean,
they're
after all
they're
the
loving it.
looting, after all the
Yeah.
looting they've done, they're damn sure living better than I am because I ain't got no new pair of sneakers. Just saying.
why?
yeah, that would be nice. I mean, I don't got any brand new. I got
I got these old dirty, cut the grass.
Oh,
Wearing, I mean, my shit.
Yeah, they're
hell,
all
I've had
running
these
out with freaking laundry detergent, freaking Fruit Loops, and they have a big old smile on their faces.
yeah. Well, did you see some of them? I mean, they're ballsy. They're going on social media and they're like, "Look at all the free stuff I got," and it's all
Yeah,
over the net.
yeah. It's like, oh, it's Christmas morning. Here, Merry
I
Christmas.
know, right? Are they ever gonna? Are they?
Yeah,
ever,
they're like
Will they
throwing. They were throwing stuff
Hey,
out the window, the shattered windows. It's like Merry Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, right.
Did you
They
see
went
that?
in,
Insanity.
they broke in that one watch store and stole all them Rolexes.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, the closest thing to Rolex in my house is a Kotex. I'm just saying, you know, I ain't got no. I mean,
look at that shit, like, look at this. They can't sell none of that shit.
ain't no Rolex here.
Turned in. All the smart TVs get bricked as soon as they connect to the internet. All
I remember you said that last night. Actually, in the one guy's
was
video, he's like, "Look, Apple, I got me a free."
They just
computer.
got fucking Neanderthal like the fucking dipshits that are riding. They're tools. They're fucking tools.
Yeah, yeah.
It just goes to show you, like we need to not be fucking wasting any effort on these fucking idiots anymore.
Yeah, don't waste your breath.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah, They're kind of like the Terminator. They can't be bargained with. They
Yep,
cannot be
can't.
reasoned with, and they will not stop ever until.
Absolutely will not stop.
Like they're
No.
just gonna keep destroying the community down.
Yeah.
Like there's no system in place to. Like we should have been way more on top of this. But
Yeah, right? You would think.
Well, our leaders wanted it to happen because you remember it's a fucking election year, so they're all woo, let's play. Who cares if
They
live?
absolutely
Did
want
you
it to happen or it wouldn't be happening right now.
did you see that disgusting chick freaking take a dump on a cop car?
Yeah.
No,
Ew,
I didn't.
really? Gross.
Yeah, she had like her like ass cheeks spread it out, taking a dump on a police car.
Ew.
I bet you she shits in the plants like in the corners of her living room too. What a fucking
Yeah.
animal.
Probably does.
I think that was in California.
Probably don't even got toilet paper. Probably got on the lawn.
Hey.
Go to the scoop.
Hey, y'all in the chat. Hey, y'all in the chat. New York Outcast says y'all should all invest in good footwear. Most knee and back issues start at the bottom, and I
Amen.
agree with that.
Yep, fucking A right.
Remember when you're
I'll tell you
looking,
what, I'm always getting new cushion soles for my shoes, and I usually buy like the higher end. I've got Doc Martens and everything, but yeah, I keep them ready to go.
Yeah, I've got some. Yeah, I've got some gear that I spent a lot of money on footwear. You know, for where I need it. I mean, we all. Ever since my children were babies, you know, I mean, and they started walking around, I've always put them in top quality shoes because I do agree with that 100%, man. You get a shoe that don't have good arch support and so forth, man. I mean, you can have a lot of back troubles, a lot of
you'll
lot of
suffer.
troubles with
Yeah,
babies
totally.
and stuff. So yes, I agree with that one, you know. But yeah, we actually do spend a lot of money on shoes. But I was making the joke. I don't have no new pair. You know?
Everything I buy is American made.
Yes.
yeah, same here. If I can find it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Especially in a small town, we order shoes a lot. But where do you find? You know, they do make a new shoe. I don't know if y'all seen it. It's called the Indestructible shoe. Have y'all seen that?
Indestructible? No,
Yeah.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty cool shoe.
And there ain't nothing like a good, comfortable pair of shoes.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
it's like
Nothing like it.
Just
it's a
ask Forrest Gump.
Right?
I don't know.
mean, it shows a guy dropping, like a 14-inch crescent wrench on his toe, or a hammer too. But I don't know. Yeah, I
Hey,
don't.
freaking
Epi over here is cutting some jokes, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm missing the
She's
live
hilarious.
chat. I'm sorry, guys.
Smoking bacon.
Yep, Effie, we need to she needs to do like stand up or something.
I know she needs her own stand-up show. She always
I know. I guarantee
Epi, I'm
you,
subscribed to your channel. You should pop out some videos.
Yeah.
I'd sure watch.
that would be awesome.
I'll tell you what. Maybe if I can get another spot in here, I can get Effie on here.
I could pop out.
Get some comic relief.
Hey, you know what,
I'll
PDX?
give you-
You know what? I've got to close down the stream anyhow, folks, because I have to limit my my time now for at least the next couple weeks. But I want to thank everybody here in the chat and all you on the panel, and Effie. I you know what? Did you get? Effie, did you get my link? Let me try again. All right. I'll worry about that here in a minute.
Usually the streams are like 7 hours.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
did-
not this time.
No, yeah. Yeah, you know what, Brian Griffin? It was very nice to get all you new people in here. Danielle, God bless you. God bless all of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, God bless
God
you
bless all
too.
of us.
All
man.
of
God
you
bless
guys.
everybody, man. I've been reading some of these chats in here, man. There's some good people in here, man.
Yeah, fun, nice.
Buzz work.
Buzz has to pee anyway. You know, I wish I could have like a stream that could do like 30 freaking people or 50 people, but you know, I'm
Oh, I
stuck
don't know.
at 6, so. Whoa, what the hell was
All the horns. Whose house was that?
That wasn't my hood.
Wasn't my hood.
not mine?
I know.
either.
I was gonna say,
I
what do you
know. I heard that.
car alarms for? Y'all live in Florida and shit.
I know. I heard that. I heard somebody preparing for that car alarm going off.
I think we're going to be hearing a lot of them around me tonight and tomorrow because there's something going on down here. Again, it seemed to calm down because Robin G was asking me before, calm down. It did. Came right back up. And the weird thing is, I came back, was it yesterday or today? No, today. God, I'm losing it. I wanted to run out to the store really quick. I had to drop off actually some plants. You're gonna laugh. Some plants for my liquor store guy. I have a plant for liquor exchange. Works pretty good. So,
Nice.
I used to trade some plants for all kinds of things.
oh, and so but it's actually we have Publix down here in Florida, and that Publix has the liquor store attached to it, right? And here's a crazy shit. I went, and the parking lot was full, and it's never full. It's like, well, we know there is a hurricane, but it ain't coming here. We know that already. So no reason for the lot to be full, right? But the weird thing is, when you observe everything, especially like how everything is right now, there was just some whacked out weird cars there that just didn't belong there. And then I won't even go into the population of what was in the store because I go there almost, every other day. Well, before all this garbage started. And I know everybody, you know what I mean? It's literally 4 minutes from my house. It was just bizarre. It was overrun with people like, them. And
Is it
and
food
they were
stamp
not
day?
nice. They were not friendly because I'm always like, hi, everybody, or what. Not friendly, not nice, running around just strange. And some of them even hanging out in the parking lot. And I don't know, it seemed off to me, But maybe I'm paranoid, but anyway, I'm